Hi, this is Kathy from Scrappy Canceler Design, and I'm going to, today I'm going to show you a project I'm doing. It is going to be a tutorial. So I'm going to get started with the mini book first. What I'm making is a altered wooden box with a mini album inside of it. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I do have some things pre-cut for just the quickness of the video, so that, but our album is going to, this is the front of the album, and the pages look like this. We're going to bind the side here, so we're going to be making a pocket here as well as pockets here. Flip it over and there's a pocket again on this side, and then again you still have the one on the top. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I make these, and you can actually make this in two different ways. I could put the flaps on the inside so it would look like that. I just thought I would just do something a little different on this one. And each one can be different, or you can have them all the same. So what you do is you take a 12 by 12 sheet of paper, and I have two more here to add to my book. So what you do is and this book has no cutting. I'm sorry, the pages to the mini book, there is no cutting for the page itself, just scoring and folding. So you go ahead and you score at the 6, and then I turn it over one rotation, and I'm going to fold it at, so I'm going to do another score line at 7.5. So that leaves each page is going to be, after it's folded, it's going to be 6 by 7.5. And then what I do, I actually have lines on my score pal so that I can see that from the top to the bottom when I do angles. So I'm taking from the center of the 6-inch line, and then you want to guesstimate about how far you want the depth of your pocket to be. So I'm going to go ahead and follow it down to the center, and then I'm going to flip it over and do the same thing on this one. And you just got to work to which is good for you. And you can guesstimate or you can measure. It's kind of what up to you. Okay. So I put the center back on the 6-inch line, and then I'm going to go ahead and score it right down the 6, right to the center. So then folding it, you decide which side you want to have out, if you want this side or this side. And then this one I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put the flaps on the inside of this pocket. And if they're not exact, which obviously this is not, it really isn't going to be that big of a deal, because once it's folded, this will be one side of, and this will be another. So if you're really detailed and everything has to be precise, then measuring would probably be a really good idea. However, all I'm doing is I'm going to just, I'll leave it like that, and I'll do that to the next one. You score down on the 6-inch line. And I know on this particular on this page, I want this to be up, because I'll show you what the back side of this paper. And all this, the paper line that I'm using is Graphic 45, the French Country. This is not Graphic 45, this particular page, but it really went really well with the paper line, and it's just one paper I had in my stash, so I thought, why not use it in the mini book? So then I make another score line at the 7.5, and this is what the back looks like. So, and I want to make sure it's scored right at the 6, so I'm going to fold it on the 6. And I use my bone folder to do that, but I want this to be the front. So I'm going to go ahead and fold this up. And it's kind of interesting, this side of it. But this one, I'm actually going to fold this forward. So I'll go ahead and make my score line from the center line, which is 6, down to the, and I want a shorter pocket, so I made my line just a little bit. And then I put this one to the center, and I'm going to go down. This time I start at the side and just kind of follow it up to the center. So you fold it. I'm going to, and then I fold it again. It's just that simple. So I'm going to add these 2 pages to my book. So far I have the front page kind of glued on, but that's just about the extent of it. So these are the pages that I have to put into my book. And so I just need to decide, I need to glue down my paper really quick. I just need to decide in which order I would like my papers to go in. I'm going to do this one, and then this one. That. So that's the order that the papers will go into. And so it's a really large, actually, and quick and simple mini album. So I need to get the glue, which I can't believe I don't have handy. But also I also need to get the score tape, my tape, because I am going to take down certain sections of the pages to the mini book. So and the tape that I use is score tape, mostly. I really like this Scotch Quick Dry Adhesive, and I'm going to get this out of the way. So this is the inside to the back cover. And if you have not seen the new paper from Graphic 45, go to their blog and on their website, and it is such a pretty paper. anyway, I do that to both sides, as some coming out the back. And this is the back side. And the cover to this mini album I made 8x6. The mini album is a 6-inch wide, but I made, and this is going to be my back to my mini album. And then on this, what I'm going to do is, it's just a little bit off, but I'm going to distress around all of the edges of my mini book. And the color that I usually use, I use the Tim Holtz Distressing, and I'm using, oops, just lost my small little screwdriver I have around my and I have not decided how I'm going to bind this system yet, if I'm going to use the Zutter or the cinch. The cinch will give me more holes at once, but anyway, to distress the edges, I'll just go around . Just a really pretty paper, very fun. This will be a really nice paper for the fall. Oops, I do need to glue down my front of my back, the back of my front page. So anyway, I will do that to all of the pages, and let's go ahead and glue down the front page. And I think the reason why I hadn't done it yet was I hadn't decided if I was going to do the green or if I was going to do the sunflowers. But I'm actually doing the sunflower side. It's really a lot of fun. And I made really large tags from, and what I made it from was, AccuCut has a die for large tags. They're large album tags. So that's kind of what I had did. And then I'll show you what they look like in a moment. But on each one of these pages, you need to secure, and you don't want to put anything up here. I'm going to actually punch a half circle up here so you can see that there's a tag, and I will probably do that on one side only. But also on these pages, I like to distress the top, because then it kind of shows as you can see, a white to the edge of the. So I like to distress my edges. And I only need to do the flaps when they're folded forward. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tape down, so that, because this is going to create a pocket, I don't want the tag to fall through. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do this to all of the and you probably really don't even need to do this side, because that is going to be the binding, but I like to do it. Kind of sounds silly, but I do. So you just kind of peel it off. And you just, there's your page. And I'm going to tack down the, and you can probably have, I haven't put tape in my my ATG gun, which I use a lot of that too, so it's really much quicker when you're doing tutorials. But anyway, so there. You also need to secure the sides down, which probably would be easier if you did it before you actually closed off the sides. But of course I never do anything easy. That would just be way too logical. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video, go ahead and tape down all of my pages, and in just a minute I am going to show you the tags that I made. And you could make this out of the pattern paper if you chose to, but these I want people to use for video, for photos and journaling. So I just made oops, probably won't use that one. I made several, and I made 2 different kinds, so I probably won't use this because this color just doesn't go. But you have a place to put a large tag there. I will also put and then and I will probably do different colors of this, so that they're all just a little bit different. But anyway, that's what each page will look like when we get done. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this, and I will be back shortly.